When we were at the Hard Knocks here in Pompano Beach, we had a guy, Ikram Aliskerov, came to train with us. And bro, this guy was going head to head, like tough sessions. What's up, guys? Gilbert doing right here with another breakdown. This week we have UFC Saudi Arabia, and we have Robert Whittaker supposed to be against Chimaev, but we all know Chimaev got sick, unfortunately, because I was looking forward so much to this fight, and I had a breakdown done for this fight. But Robert Whittaker doesn't get an easy fight. People is sleeping on Ikram Aliskerov. And guess what? I train with Ikram. I see he training high level competition, and I'm gonna tell you all about it right now. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button right there, share, and let's go to another breakdown. So we all hear the news. Chimaev had to pull it out of the fight. He was sick. It looks very bad on the hospital out there, on the post that someone put up there. So wishing this guy a speedy recovery. Unfortunately, you saw Dana White saying he doesn't have visa to come to US. I think that's because he hangs out a lot with Kadyrov. We know who Kadyrov is, president of Chechnya. So he gets a little political. I don't think he's going to get a visa soon enough to go here, come to the PI, see the good doctors, get treated, get better, whatever he has. But as of right now, wishing this guy the best. We're missing watching this guy fighting. But I see people sleeping on Ikram Aliskerov. People saying, oh, it's easy money for Robert Whittaker. Put the house on it, bro. Ikram Aliskerov is a monster. Back in the days, as you guys know, I used to be, when I came to the US, I came to the Black Zillions, and then we ended up going to Combat Club. After Combat Club, we went to Hard Knocks 365, then Sanford MMA, and now we're at Kill Cliff. When we were at the Hard Knocks here in Pompano Beach, we had a guy, Ikram Aliskerov, came to train with us. He came with a guy that became a good friend of mine, Shamil Nikaev, and these guys were the highest level wrestling. And whenever he came here to the US, he was training with us at Hard Knocks, and bro, this guy was going head to head, like tough sessions with Kamaru Usman. When Kamaru was getting ready to fight for the title against Tyron Woodley, Kamaru had that run going. So the guy was going head to head, giving a very hard session to Kamaru, maybe beating him in a couple rounds. It was a very competitive rounds. And this guy, he got a fight on Brave MMA. He was getting ready to face no one than Hamza Chimaev. How crazy is that? So the guy was training with us to fight Chimaev. He ended up losing to Chimaev, but Kamaru ended up becoming a champion, having that run. Think about it. He wasn't that same level with Kamaru back then. And then this guy still have to go to another tough route. Then he lost that fight. Then he got to get a couple more wins. Eagles FC, Contender Series, beat Warley Alves, beat Phil Halls. He's supposed to fight Alexander Hernandez. I don't know, the fight got pulled out. He's supposed to fight Imavov. The fight got pulled out. Paulo Costa fight got pulled out. Now he's supposed to fight the Brazilian guy, Andre Muniz, and the fight got pulled out too. And then eventually he got a fight with Antonio Chocoli. That was supposed to be last weekend when Tyra won the main event in the Apex. He's supposed to be the co-main, but then he got the call from the boss. He said, hey, you want to fight Robert? I think he don't even got the call. I think he offered himself to fight. And then for sure they offered him the fight. He said yes. Now this guy is doing a main event against Robert Whittaker, number 2, number 3, now in the middleweight division. 5 rounds, main event on a tough test. Very tough test. If we see under Robert Whittaker, this guy has a run. He fought everybody, for who is who in the middleweight division. Adesanya, Yoel Romero, Jacare Souza, and every single monster they put at him, he beat every single one of them. And the guy's trying to become a champion. He lost to Dracos, but he came back very hungry against Paulo Costa. He looked very good. He ate a spinning kick like a breakfast. Nothing happened. Still going out there and beating Paulo Costa. And now this guy's hungry. He He has to fight Chimaev, and you see, when Chimaev got hurt, at least I saw from Robert Whittaker Twitter, he said, anyone, anywhere, anytime. I already said, man, I already thought about Chimaev had to pull out. Maybe injury, and then we saw the news. But this guy, make no mistake, Ikram Aliskerov is a beast. He trains here at American Top Team. He trains in Russia too. Guy goes everywhere. He trains with Islam Makhachev, who the champ, training those guys, a dog fighter over there. Training Johnny Eblen here. Used to train with Kamara back then with me, with so many guys. Ikram is the highest level, and I think people are sleeping on him. I'm a huge fan of Robert Whittaker. I love his personality, you know, how he handle himself inside and outside of the cage. But bro, I gotta pick Ikram because that's a great opportunity. And Dana said, right, if that guy goes out there in Saudi Arabia on the Muslim place, so many Muslims over there, and go out there and beat Robert Whittaker, bro, it's gonna be like a movie. You're gonna change the story of this guy's life. Think about it. If the guys go out there and finish Robert Whittaker or just dominate him, the rematch against Chimaev is on the talking. A big fight against anyone on the top 5 right there is an opportunity. So this guy has something on his hands to change the course of his fight in the middleweight division right now. I think a big win is gonna shake up the division for a different level. So that's gonna be my pick for this Saturday, UFC Saudi Arabia, Ikram Aliskerov. I don't bet, but if you like to do your bets, think about it. He might be the underdog. He might be a good investment for you. But not other than last, I'm gonna give you guys all my picks from this main card in UFC Saudi Arabia. Johnny Walker against Volkan Oezdemir. I trained with Volkan. Volkan is a very nice guy. I like Johnny Walker a lot too, my Brazilian fellow. But for this one, I gotta go with Volkan, you know. Volkan should join us here. Unfortunately, he had a big incident in that he was doing security at night. They would pay him very well to do security in the club. One guy or two guys kind of got on his girl and he was talking. I think they started getting an argument. It became a fight. He ended up knocking those two guys out, breaking one of these guys' jaw, and went to court and everything. So, end of story. He doesn't have visa. He's not allowed to come to the US anymore. That's why he gotta leave the team. He's all the way in Sweden now, doing his training there with those guys that used to train Chimaev over there in Sweden. But he's a very, very disciplined, trained super hard, very nice guy. He hits like a truck. He doesn't look like it, but his left hook, and he likes to fight. You know, he's not gonna make it an ugly fight. So with that being said, I think he can find Johnny Walker chin, and if he finds, I think that fight's gonna be by knockout, but I'm picking Volkan Oezdemir to win this fight. Kelvin Gastelum against Daniel Rodriguez. Both guys coming from a loss. Daniel Rodriguez was maybe more than a year ago when he fought Ian Gary. Ian Gary had a high kick KO following up with the hand, so it was a TKO thing. He still got caught with the supplement, banned supplement. Eventually, he proved that he has nothing to do with him, but he still got suspended. Now he's coming back against Kelvin Gastelum that fought Sean Brady last fight. Sean Brady got a beautiful performance, dominated him, ended up getting the Kimura, if I'm not wrong. So that was a good fight. Both guys coming from a loss. Both guys southpaw. Daniel Rodriguez, a big welterweight. Kelvin Gastelum, he's a guy that comes from middleweight, but he's not that big. And he's not training at King's MMA anymore with Master Rafael Cordeiro. Now he moves to Arizona. He trained with Henry Cejudo. And I saw a couple clips. I follow all these guys, so he was doing a lot of wrestling. I just like that Kelvin Gastelum that fought Adesanya, you know, that guy that was a monster. And I don't think he's not the same anymore. And because of that, I gotta pick Daniel Rodriguez. I know he's an underdog. People that like bet, I don't. But if you do, go out there. I think it's gonna be a good pick, Daniel Rodriguez. Next one, co-main event, Pavlovich against Volkov. Pavlovich is coming from the crazy finish from Tom Aspinall. I was there in New York, but I gotta go with Pavlovich. The guy is a monster. I like his style. Go forward. He throw a lot of hands, heavy hands. I think Volkov gonna try to keep that distance a little bit. Volkov's getting stronger now. He was kind of skinny dude. Big, skinny, now he's putting on good weight on him. But I just think Pavlovich is gonna be able to find that distance to go forward, put pressure, throwing bombs, and get a knockout. So I go Pavlovich on this one. So here are all my picks. Volkan Oezdemir, Daniel Rodriguez, Pavlovich, and Ikram Aliskerov. So hope you guys like it. That's it with the breakdown. UFC Saudi Arabia. We got breakdown for UFC 303. Used to be I did the one, the McGregor and Chandler, but now we're changing. Then we're gonna have two breakdown for you guys. We're gonna have Diego Lopez taking on Brian Ortega, and we're gonna have Poatan against Yuri Prohaska #2. So make sure you guys check that out. Make sure you subscribe if you stay all the way here. Jab on the like button, and let's keep going, my guys. Thank you guys so much.